I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
This is the Virtual Real Estate Investor Podcast with Vincent Polisi. Buckle your seatbelt and prepare to learn how to legally make six figures investing in real estate with no money, no credit check, and nothing but a computer and internet connection. Learn how you too can begin generating buyers and sellers for free today, and why you're only 2 calls away from making a $10,000 or more payday while never leaving the comfort of your home. And now, your host, the virtual real estate investor, Vincent Polisi.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Vincent coming to you live once again from Asheville, North Carolina. Just got done with the grocery shopping after the last episode, headed on back up the mountain. So I've got about 20 to 30 minutes here of free time. Wanted to provide you guys with some more quality content that you can use to build your business, improve your credit, help your clients solve problems, make more money, and have a better life. Okay, so real quick, we will go ahead and roll into credit repair episode number 4. This is a big one, okay, because this involves, once again, the stupid test that collection agencies and creditors will give you, and many people fall for it, which is why it's important to understand the law and what you need to do when this happens. What am I talking about? Okay, every type of debt that is collectible has a statute of limitations governing how long you can legally collect that debt. Each state has its own guidelines for the types of debt, whether it's revolving debt, installment debt, car repossession debt, you name it. There's a type for all of it. And there's a term for all of it. And what happens in many cases is that if you have old debts that are out there, despite the fact that the collection agency and or creditor knows that they have exceeded the statute of limitations, and believe me, they know what the law is, they will still continue to attempt to collect the debt regardless, and, what's even worse, report it to your credit report as derogatory. Okay? So it's important to understand, if you have derogatory accounts and somebody's trying to collect on these things, one of the very first things you want to do if they are aged accounts is jump on Google and Google the statute of limitations for whatever type of debt that is, for the collection of it, okay? And Google will come back with a list for that state, and you go in there and say, okay, 3 years for this, 5 years for this, 7 years for that. And that way you will know if they are trying to collect what is called a zombie debt. It's a zombie debt. It's outside the statute of limitations. They can't legally collect it. Unfortunately, they do in many cases because people don't know what the law is, and they get the menacing phone call or harassing phone calls, in repetition, time and time again, at their home, at their work, cell phones everywhere, from a collection agency who's being very aggressive with them and making all kinds of threats. And in reality, the collection agency doesn't have any legal ability to collect anything, but the borrower, the person being harassed, doesn't know that, and so they acquiesce. So do not let that be you, okay? If you're in this situation, you've got aged accounts, somebody's trying to collect something and it's reporting on the credit report, you need to find out if it's outside the statute of limitations, okay? And if it is, you notify them of that and have them cease and desist all collection activities under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. They can no longer attempt to collect on that debt that has exceeded the statute of limitations, or harass you going further, or continue to, I can't say continue to report. It depends on what the age is and the statute of limitations for that account as to whether or not it can still be reported to the credit bureau. But if you go back to the prior episode, you know that, hay bales. Horses too. You know that 9 times out of 10, 99.9% of the time, they don't have the documentation they need legally through the debt validation and debt investigation processes to collect anyway. So if you've already gone through that process, this is another thing that can aid in getting this stuff taken care of so that they don't collect anymore and potentially that you can get it removed from the credit bureau. Statute of Limitations. Google that for your state that you're in and the law to determine what the length of time is that they can legally collect for the type of derogatory accounts that you may have. Okay? Another little nugget for you so that you can avoid the harassment and avoid paying debts that you don't owe. I hope that helps.
Thank you for listening to the Virtual Real Estate Investor Podcast with Vincent Polisi. If you found any value in this podcast, please use our Give to Get method and take a moment to give us a 5-star rating in iTunes and your favorite podcast service so we can keep giving you excellent episodes of real content you can use to profit today.